Ah, there you are. I was wondering if you decided against meeting me this time. There is nothing better after a day's work than seeing you. Why, of course. In fact, it would be quite the treat to be accompanied and have a drink at the tavern if it only weren't for your adamant refusals. Here. And a billet. As promised. After all, your previous information served to be of great use. Why, of course. I'm a man of my word. It's simply one of my many charms. And I'd like to pride myself of it. Whether it be man or woman of youth or otherwise, no one has resisted it yet. Is it working? It would have worked if you weren't freezing. It seems I should pass on my title of top candidate for grandson-in-law to another, huh? Why did I want to meet here? Well, in my defense, I was simply abiding to the fact you have preferred to have met here, Snowflake. Not really. Why, I thought you stated to have preferred a place without prying nor suspicious eyes. Doesn't Dragonspine's caves provide just that? Or is there another reason for wanting to be alone? After all, you only need ask. And I shall accompany you to your travels. I'm quite useful, I can assure you. Ah, I see. Forgive the inconvenience. Although, I too am not complaining at the idea of getting to have you all for myself. I'm simply joking. Although, I stand my statement. About Dragonspine, that is. Albedo? I suppose you're correct. He comes around here and there, as his small research area is located within proximity. But it is still safe to assume that this place is more barren than any other place in Mondstadt, is it not? My, is it worth the trouble just to not be seen with me? And I thought we had a more intimate friendship. You seem to have an interest in Albedo. Although, he is, after all, an incredibly talented individual. Calm, collected, and... Are you perhaps one of those who adore him in more ways than one? Jealousy? I just thought I was going to lose my favorite informant there is all. I wouldn't want this to be simply a transactional relationship. Why, of course. I admit, we haven't an extensive knowledge over the other as much as we have over our well-kept secrets, and there are quite the number of ways to acquire information. But this simply makes it interesting. I have my reasons for finding it such. A little bit of doubt keeps us both on edge, as if unknowingly signing up for more than what one bargained for. Tell me, are you really the new ally I initially pegged you as? Or simply someone to play a dangerous game with? A rapid heartbeat can signify a myriad of things. So why is yours beating quick? I'm only teasing. and people say my charm is fake. Although, I must admit, it is true that I find you a valued informant. You have knowledge over many scopes far more than just Fatui or the Abyss. Such an entertaining companion. And one filled with mystery. You too think such of my character? Why, I'm glad that you think of me, Snowflake. What else do you think of me? I wonder. Why, with your knowledge, it seems like this world is simply a game you have full control of. Or maybe a story you read? You aren't an obscure archon, perhaps, are you? Or one more similar to the Traveler, after all. If so, I would pay a hefty fee for the knowledge of the gods. Are you perhaps the new Geo-Archon? Right. It's a mere musing. Although, if such be the case, why do you look nervous? I assure you, this place is one where you wouldn't easily find someone, or something, unless you know exactly what you are looking for. Could it be... You're not scared of the dark, are you? You have nothing to fear about. I am with you, after all. I know you are capable of fending for yourself. Such a trait is useful, and very much attractive. Or is it? Huh? Wait! Move! Hey, are you okay? So that's why you were wary of meeting here. I'm sorry. It slipped my mind that avalanches are getting more frequent in Dragonspine these days. Seems like there was something to fear after all. On the bright side, we get to spend more time with each other. Cocky? Why, I'm simply making the most of our unfortunate predicament. Oh, come on now. Lighten up, Snowflake. It's a good thing we weren't buried. And you weren't hurt. Yes, thanks to your shield. It seems our roles were momentarily reversed, and I was the damsel in distress. Thanks. Are you really okay? Of course I would worry. Because... we should find a way out, before the freezing cold leaves us incapacitated. Of course! To survive, one must be adept of their whereabouts after all. Are you scared? Where did all the bravery from earlier go? Here, hold on to me all you like. Oh? Then what is that sigh for? Perhaps you have a terrible sense of direction? No. Then what? Your foot. No, it's not fine. Let me see. It seems you've sprained it. I must say, Every time we talk, I uncover another interesting thing about you. This time, it's your stubbornness. Come on, let's sit for a while so I can ice it. No. Unfortunately, you are in no position to refuse this time. I may be stuck in a cave, but if I freeze, I wouldn't mind it being with you. Where are you? Stop moving. Fire? Yes, but... For someone who isn't a traveler, you sure are well prepared. A pyro user would be more useful. Are you referring to D-Luke? You really would take every chance to make me jealous, huh? Is there anyone else I should be wary of? Oh, you aren't acquainted, silly me. Who is he? Aside from one who monopolized the wine industry, you say? That he is, but also a boring individual. Why bother with him when I can keep you fully entertained? You distract me for a second and you've already managed to make a fire. And here I thought we would have to fight hilly trolls for one. That feels nice. And now, no more excuses. Let me take a look at your foot. Come on, I don't bite. It's going to swell if I don't ice it now. Hold still, okay? See? A pyro user can't do this. Aren't you glad to be with me now? Huh? Do I bug you because I'm lonely? Well, what can I say? Teasing you is quite the fun highlight of my day. It seems our witty banters and nags keep me far more entertained than wine. And seeing as how you are now, you can't run away from my company for quite a while. Don't move, or you're going to hurt yourself even more. Okay, I finished icing your foot. That should do it for now. You're shivering. What's wrong? Can't handle the cold? Unfortunately, cryo is far more effective in the rain, and even so, it isn't really to provide warmth. Hey, come here. Come here. It's just to keep you warm. Come on, don't be that stubborn. At least, not when it comes to your well-being. That's it. See? Isn't that better? Don't move your foot much. There. Slowly. Simply trying to charm you? Of course not. I really am worried. If you hadn't ran to shield me, you wouldn't be in pain. here I thought I was the one about to do the saving. At least, let me do this. Maybe after this time, you would be more receptive of my offer. We should go to the tavern sometime. And just as aforementioned, it would be on me. After all, consider it to be of good faith and building friendships. How about it, boss? We could have dandelion wine, or maybe apple cider. Although I should say, Death Afternoon is one of my favorite concoctions. Oh, so you've heard? My, tell me, what else have you heard of me? That I have a smooth tongue. I suppose that is true. In more ways than one. After all, I do tell quite the story as well. How about a ghost story to go with the snow? Or would you rather sit here in silence? I doubt you would prefer being carried till the foot of the mountain, since, unfortunately, it seems only the traveler can use teleport waypoints. Quite a useful skill, and apparently one allowed due to them not being of this world. Unless you have another secret up your sleeve you are willing to share, we're stuck here for a while. At least, until the swelling decreases. Clearly, you sound very opposed to it. So, would you want a story? Yes. Although, it isn't really that which is meant to scare anyone. On the contrary, it's sort of romantic. There is a fabled cave amongst travelers, famed for being a place they can seek immediate shelter. Yes, I am aware that most caves provide immediate shelter. Well, depending on desperation, I suppose all caves are. But this, in particular, is famed for being haunted by the ghosts of two lovers. They weren't really of the same status nor birth when they were still alive. In fact, one was of noble descent, and the other a mere jack-of-all-trade. Why, some even say he was a prince, and the other a thief. But stories have their own way of getting twisted along the way. Although, one thing was sure, the so-called prince wasn't really of noble descent, as he was simply adopted by a higher-classed family. Even though they had little knowledge of him, they still took him in and treated him as one of their own. It might also have been the reason why he had questionable actions here and there. He would go to places, ask certain questions from and about certain people, and yet, even when he was demanded of information himself, he kept his mouth sealed, with charming lies and vague answers. He sounds familiar? Well, reality does have a way of slipping into fiction, and vice versa. Maybe you have met this prince in your lifetime, oh great Archon. And I might just believe you are one at the end of this. Hey. Get closer. You can wrap this fur to help you warm up. Well, back to the story. One day, in one of the prince's escapades, he heard a mysterious individual speak of something that wasn't really common knowledge around the people of that area. He later sought out this person, and before long, the two became acquainted. It was of difficulty, as this mysterious individual was elusive, but one who easily found him if they so desired. The more he knew of this person, the more he realized they might be more alike than initial glance. But their veil of mystery still remained, one that even led him to believe they weren't of this world. Months passed, and their little game of hide-and-seek remained. Only it became harder as the mysterious individual sought for him less and less. The prince had to find a way for them not to slip from his grasp like the last, even just for a while. Meanwhile, speculations rose within the family. One thing led to another, and they got found out. If he wasn't already curious enough, the hostility of the family upon such made him even more so. Even being forbidden, he still sought out for the person who did give him a chance this time to find them. Where did they meet? Anywhere. Far from prying or suspicious eyes. He knew this might be the last he would see them if he wasn't careful, so they made every second count. It wouldn't take a renowned alchemist to see they had chemistry. Hey, did you fall asleep? Keep resting, Snowflake. Well, the prince and the mysterious person met at different locations. But one night, they met at a cave. It was for the same reason as the last. Information, goods, anything to trade in order to satiate both their curiosities. Although it was unspoken, it seemed there was more that they had traded than simple goods. They shared a bond, and whether it was friendship, camaraderie, or romantic, it was a fact. They loved each other. Unbeknownst to them, the family found out of his escapades and had set a trap for the person. Only it was too late when they realized that the prince hadn't gotten out when the cave collapsed. The family mourned, and in their grief never went back to the site. One day, the sworn brother of this prince did. Whether to pay his respect, or as an atonement of sin, was unbeknownst to anyone. But what he found left him baffled. The cave was fully intact and untouched, as if it had never collapsed in the first place. Come driving rain and winds that churn, the cave never seemed swayed after. Truth be told, the mysterious person knew of the trap, but still chose to go, as it meant seeing the prince even one last time. It was foolish, but they were set to do so, no matter the cost. As the cave came crashing, they held him and swore to never let harm come his way as their last promise. Maybe their will had reached the gods, whether of this world or of their own, as that promise remained, undying, just like their unspoken love. You really seem to be fast asleep now. I'm glad to have given you even a moment's reprieve of your pain. At least you won't be straining your foot now that you're not moving as much. I haven't realized we've known each other for so long now. I usually aid others on their journey, but it is quite the new experience to have someone follow mine. It is pleasant, and I hope it stays like that for long. In truth, I do have other reasons for wanting to meet here. and I am aware of the avalanches as well. As wrong as it is, I was hoping for this, but not the part where you get hurt. There's an owl in Dragonspine whose eyes seem to tell the secrets of those who look at it. It would bring much danger if we were to ever meet, but seeing as you are asleep, you don't need to worry. You get to keep your secrets. Although, maybe I shall let one secret out even without it. I've grown to care for you. Maybe it's curiosity or something else that leads to such, but each time I find it harder and harder to let you slip past. Even though it is a selfish request, as I cannot do the same, I hope one day you choose to let me in and stay. I don't want to lose another I hold dear. Please, even just for a while. I wish this moment would last, where everything just feels right and there isn't a worry in one's mind. You look peaceful in my arms. Sleep tight. I won't go anywhere. I'll be here when you wake up.
Oh. Well. My apologies. Am I interrupting something? Shall I leave you two buried for 5 more minutes?